And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Kean University Alumni Stadium as we get set for men's soccer action as the Cougars get ready to take on Montclair State University. Both teams come in with records of 8-2 on the season, and they are 1-1. Both teams in the New Jersey Athletic Conference. Everybody, Wayne Avery along with Justin George. 64 degrees, and just as they were beginning to announce the starting lineups here this evening, do have a little bit of rain starting to fall here at Kean University's Alumni Stadium. But as we see the Cougars around their head coach, the Cougars are ready for what is always an entertaining evening when Montclair State University comes to visit.
Yes, indeed, Wayne. This is definitely going to be a close one no matter what. Both teams, of course, with an extensive history, looking to put that to the test today. And on top of that, both teams coming in with the exact same record overall for the season. Both the Cougars and Montclair State coming in with 8 wins and 2 losses for the season, in addition to 1-1 tie in the NJAC conference. So, like you said, little just looking here at the floodlights, a lot of precipitation, nothing too heavy, but we'll see how this plays out as the game goes on.
John Velasco is the interim head coach of the Kean University Cougars, has them off to a very good start. There are the Red Hawks. Cougars are coming off a loss on the road. They played at Rutgers Newark. That was a NJAC game, and they lost that one by a final score of 2-1. Final game here in the month of September. The Cougars are unbeaten here, just 3 home games here in the month of September, and the Cougars have won all 3 here at Alumni Stadium.
And in most cases, in 2 of those games, one against St. Joseph and one against Stockton, they won by several goals. In this case, blowing out St. Joseph's 5-0 and winning against Stockton 4-1. So Cougars can get a early lead going, get some goals head on, and just maintain that lead. They should have no problem here tonight. But as you said, last game of September, and fall is definitely among us here. Temperatures are dropping, and it's definitely a lot more cool out here than it was in the last time the Cougars were here. So it should be interesting to see how this turns out in addition to the rain.
Sept Calopian there, number 10 for the Cougars, along with Robert Pereira. Cougars getting ready to get this contest started. So we are underway here at Alumni Stadium. Dirk Fells is in goal for the Cougars, a sophomore, 6 foot, 150-pounder from Avenel. And Mike Salfrank, a sophomore out of Ramsey, New Jersey, is in goal tonight. So this is always an important matchup when you talk about Montclair State and the New Jersey Athletic Conference. Cougars are going to get it downfield pretty quickly there. There's Trout sending it toward the goal.
That one a little too close for comfort there, Wayne. As you can see, that went right in between the football post and the soccer goal net. So that is definitely going to be one for the replay there. But already, Cougars wasted no time there. I'm so sure that got the Red Hawks sitting up straight now, so to speak, as the Cougars are getting ready for a corner.
So real quick action there for these 2 teams as the Cougars got the ball down, and we'll have the first corner of the contest. Another nice ball into the box there. Calopian was not able to get a shot off there.
Good job by the Red Hawks getting that way as far as possible, but it looks like the Cougars are not done just yet. If anything, they were testing the defenses, and if that was any test, then the Red Hawks are certainly going to be paying attention now.
There's the sophomore goalkeeper, Frank for the Red Hawks.
Saw the ref there trying to get out of the way for a second. There's a second time.
Now the Red Hawks looking for an opportunity there. There's a nice play there on defense to stop the progress there for at least a second or two.
Some excellent back and forth here between both teams, and right now we're just kind of at a draw on midfield.
Trying to keep that ball in bounds. Cougars not able to. So here are the Red Hawks. There's going to be a foul called against the Cougars. They'll put it back in play and send that one across, looking for the header. They're at the far post, so not able to get it to it. There's a Cougar goalkeeper, Derek Fells.
Fells is only a sophomore, doesn't have nearly as many minutes at the goal this season as opposed to Brad Watkins, 109 minutes coming into this game as opposed to 783. But so far off to a good start here, looking to gain some much needed experience here early on and at a home game against Montclair State at that. So interested to see how he'll handle the Red Hawks here tonight.
Philippian is there for the Cougars. A nice play there to step in and take it away as Pinto is there. Now the Cougars. Rocha got that one in front.
Nice recovery there from the Cougars, trying to keep it in as long as possible.
So the Cougars putting some early pressure here on this Montclair State team. Opening 5 minutes or so here at Alumni Stadium. A light mist that's falling here. Of course, with the turf field here, should not have too much effect on anything. All right, here's Trout there. That's a hard shot right at the goalkeeper.
It's a nice shot on goal there by the Cougars, but Sal Frank on the Red Hawks definitely ready for that one. Caught it no problems. And already I believe that gives the Cougars goal so far early on in this, only a few minutes into this game.
Fells will get that one, the goalkeeper for the Cougars. Fells making his second start of the season. Philippian trying to get control there, out of bounds there in front of the Cougar bench. See Dutchak, the senior there from Woodridge, trying to dry that ball off before sending it back in play.
Oh yeah, turf shouldn't give both teams much problem with the ball, especially with all this mist coming around. It can definitely weigh it down, cause it to go in the direction they don't want it to. So whatever helps.
Send that one back to the goalkeeper. It was just 3-0, as I mentioned here, at home. That one sent out of bounds. Montclair State has played well away from home. They're 2-0 in road games. Now we'll get an opportunity to throw the ball in here. That one sent into the box. We'll battle for that one. There's the header. And I'll say that one will not count.
So now the Cougars are on full alert here. That one was no good, but next one might be. So Red Hawks are definitely trying their best to get one early on here, only about 7 minutes into this first half.
So no score here between these two NJAC rivals, Montclair State and the Cougars. Cougars have 2 shots. One of those shots coming on goal. Sept sent that one down and headed out of bounds. Lopian. Trout stepped in to take that pass, and now it's sent back the other way. And a throw in coming up for the Red Hawks.
And right here, it seems you can tell the Red Hawks are definitely trying to make progress, but the Cougars, aside from that one close call there, they really haven't been letting them do anything as far as approaching the goal goes. So a bit of a standoff here around the 30-yard line.
Trying to gain control there. Finally, Red Hawks have it. Pass there to the top of the box and sent away by the Cougars.
That one was nowhere near close, but it looks like the Red Hawks are going to get another chance from the corner this time, so this may be the opportunity that they need.
They'll be throwing this one in from the side there. Strong throw there and headed away. Trout will chase it down there along that far sideline for the Cougars. Kersey was there for Montclair State, and Roche knocked it out of bounds. If the Cougars can clear that one away, and they will. Oh, that's a nice ball there in front there, and the shot goes just wide to that far post.
That was a smooth approach there by the Red Hawks, but it looks like that, like I mentioned, it's drizzling out here. That could have affected the angle that the ball went. In this case, it's wide. Nice approach. Fells was just going for that one, but he didn't really need to. It was just wide. So another close call there for the Cougars.
Two of the top scorers in the NJAC playing on this field tonight. Lucas Tersey for Montclair State, as we'll watch Barrera. That's a nice ball there. There's a shot. Score for the Cougars!
And just like that, about a little over 10 minutes into the first half, Cougars are going to sink that first goal in there. That was a wonderful shot there from the yellow line. Cougars just hitting that at the right angle, and sure enough, just like that, Cougars going to get the first goal of the night.
Trout gets the goal, number 20 there for the Cougars. We'll watch it again on the replay. It hit the far corner off the shot, and the Cougars have a 1-0 lead.
Brings them up to 3 goals overall for the season so far. Second highest scorer. Well, not second highest, but tied with a couple other Cougars for goals this season at 3 goals.
Cougars have now outscored their opponent 16-4 in the first half. And they jump up to a 1-0 lead. over Montclair State.
And that's the important thing about the first half, just the volume, the number of shots you take, the number of goals that you make. Second half is going to be no problem for the Cougars if they can just get a couple of goals and just maintain this for the second half. Longer the game goes on, the more the Red Hawks going to get worn out, and I think that's exactly what the Cougars are trying to go for here early on in this first half.
Goal comes at the 10:39 mark. Trout's third goal of the season. Robert Barrera gets the assist for the Cougars. Now the ball sent down for the Cougars.
Trout with
Rocha sends it in there to the box there. Once again, there's a shot that this time will go high.
Trout has the most assists on his team with 6, and now he's going to add another goal to that. Robert Barrera bringing his assists up to 2 overall for the season. Both him and Trout now at 3 goals each.
So, Sal Frank sends it downfield for Montclair State. Cougars able to send it back out. Cougars will try to make another run here with Trout.
That's an approach.
Good ball there into the corner to Roach. Roach trying to go along that goal line. The goalkeeper's there. The Montclair State goalkeeper thought that ball had gone over the goal, was out, and was talking to one of the assistant officials.
Oh, yeah, he did not seem pleased about that, but the ball's going to go back and play regardless.
Now here come the Red Hawks. That one will go a little wide of the goal for a goal kick for the Cougars. Cougars already with 5 shots. Oh, there's a bad ball there from the goalkeeper, and that ball hit the crossbar.
That is just a stroke of bad luck there for the Red Hawks. Gonna see Red Hawks were not looking too pleased by that. Just ricocheted right off the top bar right there. Just barely got it staying outside of the goal that time.
Well, it's a miscommunication there for the Cougars. There's another ball this time. That one will go in for the score, and the Red Hawks are going to tie up the game. Look like number 11, Rafael Terci, there for the goal.
That one was a little more improvised, but still effective regardless. I don't think the Cougars were expecting a follow-up like that, and it just kind of was able to roll in. So just like that, both teams are now tied 1 goal apiece.
Now the Cougars with a couple of mental lapses there and allowing the Red Hawks a couple of opportunities, and they're able to cash in on the second one. And that will tie us up.
Can't really blame it either. I mean, you figure after such a close call like that, there wouldn't be one following up, but that happens a little more than you like to think. And that in this case, Cougars were not expecting that one so soon, and sure enough, we just saw, as we saw there, it was just a quick sink for the Red Hawks to tie them up with the Cougars.
Sent out of bounds there. So it was Lucas Terci, number 10. Be hard to see some of the numbers there. Not actually all the numbers. The Red Hawks with red shirts, and then they actually have red numbers. Not a very good combination if you're trying to watch a game and follow some of the numbers. So Terci scores. That goal came at the 14:58 mark, so just about 4 minutes after the Cougar goal. Montclair State able to tie things up.
Lucas Terci, of course, with that goal, highest scoring, has most goals for the Red Hawks at 12. That's just going to bring him up to 13 now. So just furthering that lead, just furthering his count here for the season. He was formerly tied with Sev Kalopian. Both had 12 goals. So now he's going to edge Cougars out in goals, at least the highest scoring player on both teams.
Trying to chase it down there is Lopes. 22 there for the Cougars. That's Trout again coming in. Left side. Tried to get in front, Kalopin. And that one missed there. And that one off one of the defenders there for Montclair State.
A lot of back and forth action so close to the net. Really a dangerous moment there, but the Red Hawks were able to knock it away no problem, at least for the moment.
Patino was the Cougar player who had that shot blocked by one of the defenders there in front. So we'll remain tied up at 1 goal apiece here. The Cougars getting control now. That's Seca Kalopian. That's Roche coming in to the right side, sent out of bounds. Going to be a corner coming up for the Cougars.
Oh yeah, Kalopian was definitely in the right spot there. If he only had the ball, you could definitely tell that Rocha was trying to bring it to him, but he got knocked aside by the Red Hawks. So with that in mind, they're going to try this again one more time, it seems.
So the corner coming up for the Cougars. It's their second corner of the game. Sent that one toward the net, and the Red Hawks able to get it out. They're looking to make a run coming down the other way. That's another good ball. Percy again gets it in front, and that one will roll toward the other side. Good hustle there to catch up with it and keep it in bounds.
Oh yeah, that was about as smooth as approaches can go, and the Red Hawks aren't finished just yet.
Looking for a shot here, blocked by sliding Lopes for the Cougars. So now it's the Red Hawks putting pressure on here. Cougars will get a throw in here. So already 11 shots in this game, 6 by the Cougars, 5 for Montclair State. Let's see if Roche can catch up to this one. Get a shot off here. Score for the Cougars!
Rocha all by himself just approaching the Red Hawks goal there and sinking that no problem to bring the Cougars back in the lead again, 2-1, about 20 minutes in the first half. So just like that, Cougars are back on track here. And yeah, that just goes to show you don't Cougars work well as a group, but they're perfectly capable of getting goals all by themselves. So hopefully this will be the turning point here, and the Red Hawks are definitely sitting up straight now, full attention now that they're falling behind.
Senior out of Springfield, New Jersey, played at Johnson Dayton High School. So Rocha scores for the Cougars, give them the lead back at 2-1.
You can tell the Red Hawks are definitely trying to pick up the pace here.
That's a foul there. Called on the Cougars.
That was number 13. They got tipped over, Mike Toronto.
So there's an opportunity coming up for the Red Hawks. As Lucas Tercey, the senior out of Union, getting ready to take this kick here. And he hits it right at the wall, now headed toward the goalkeeper there. Bells stayed awake there in goal and got that ball as it ricocheted. See the Rocha goal one more time, and you saw the defender even holding on to the shirt.
And it looks like that bounced right off, just it slightly was on Sal Frank's hand, but it just like slipped out of his grasp there. He wasn't able to knock it away, and so Cougars were able to sink that one in smoothly to bring them back in the lead.
That ball sent out of bounds by the Redhawks. So give Colopian an assist on the Rocha goal.
Colopian not having a goal yet, but that's going to bring him up to 2 assists overall for the season. But like I mentioned before, he has the highest amount of goals scored for the Cougars at 12. Looking to bring that up today, just like he used to be tied with Lucas Tercy before his own goal.
That one sent out of bounds, went off the goal post of the football field. So Cougars have 7 shots, 4 on goal, 6 shots for the Redhawks, 2 of those coming on goal. Again, the Cougars in control here. Trying to make that turn there and falling down, losing control of it. Defensive pressure being put on a little bit here by the Cougars, not allowing this Montclair State team to move the ball up the field.
Oh yeah, you could tell the Redhawks trying to give themselves some breathing room, but not if the Cougars have anything to say about it. Just putting the pressure on there, making sure that that is not going to be the case here. So Cougars once again applying the pressure and keeping things around midfield for the most part.
So Jelani Williams, number 11, checking into the game for the Cougars. Rocha comes out. Down goes a Cougar player. Official says play on. Cougars able to get it right back. Looking on the attack again. That's Trout making a move there. Trout gets a shot off there right at the goalkeeper. He had a tough angle there.
It was, and especially saw one of the Redhawk players just accidentally falling in front of him. I'm sure that made it even more tricky.
Back the other way. Buskowitz. That's a nice ball there from him, and right at the goalkeeper.
Oh yeah, Fells was definitely ready for that. He saw it coming, so no trouble there on the Cougars end.
Tercy had a good look there once again for Montclair State. Goalkeeper right there. That'll be out of bounds. And throw in for the Cougars there right in front of the bench. Dutchak to throw the ball in. Lopin battling for the ball. So here's Williams. Nice move by Williams. Coming in on goal, and then his shot was blocked.
Williams definitely had the approach going, but the Red Hawks were just anticipating that and was able to deflect it at just the right moment. So no trouble there on his end.
Out of bounds to throw in for the Cougars as we're inside of 20 minutes to play, and a very fast and furious first half there. Trying to make a move there was Colopian. He went down as he tried to make a little spin there toward the ball. So again, a throw in for the Cougars. Lopian tried to lift that to his teammate there, and called a whistle and called a foul here on the Cougars and give it to the Red Hawks. South Frank able to get that ball downfield. Williams not able to get control of it for the Cougars. Allow the Red Hawks to settle back there. See the Cougar defense not allowing Montclair State to get the ball past midfield. That's out of bounds for a throw in for the Cougars. Lopes chases that one down along that far sideline. Noriega able to keep control and finally send it toward the goalkeeper. There's a loose ball there. Let's see, he's still trying to get it and finally gets control.
Yeah, that was coming at a pretty high speed there. South Frank almost lost it there, and that would have been disastrous for the Red Hawks, but he was able to grab that quickly and keep it under control.
Again, Lopes over there and taken away here from Montclair. Tried to get it out in front there, and defense there for the Cougars to knock it away.
Great defense there by the Cougars. You can see they were quick to get back to their goal when there was a trouble.
Foul there on the Cougars. Toronto sends it ahead. Two-1 Cougars are on top. Play the first half here at Alumni Stadium in this men's NJAC soccer matchup. Lopian now here for the Cougars. Now it's Williams, and Williams with the shot that will go wide to the left.
It's a great shot attempt there, considering that three Red Hawks stepped in to intercept him there, but regardless, he was still able to get a shot off. So Cougars wasting no time trying to get as many shots on. They're up to Cougars up to 10 shots now. Half of those have been on goal.
Steven Zamudio, number 14, you saw him coming in for Montclair State here. As a goalkeeper, ready to send this one away. Red Hawks looking for a goal to tie. There's a good ball out front, headed away by the Cougars. Red Hawks able to keep control here. That one sent in the box, and that one is headed in, I believe. I believe the Red Hawk player was there for the header.
Looks like that's going to be good, but it seems that Red Hawks might get a card in the process.
There's that ball. Got just enough of it to change direction of the ball and get it by the goalkeeper.
Oh, yeah, you can see a lot of players who were trying to step in to stop that, but none of them were able to. And just like that, we are tied up again with 15 minutes to go in the first half.
So 4 goals here. And it was going to be a kind of even matchup here. And so far in this first half, it has shown to be that. Both teams coming in 8-2 and 1-1 in NJAC play. So now here's Montclair State looking to take the lead. Sending it over to the right side there. And the Cougars able to take it away. Look to make a run for it. Montclair State gets it. Montclair State was looking.
That's going to be a foul on the Red Hawks, much to their disapproval, at least on the bench there. So Cougars are going to get this opportunity to catch up and take the lead once more.
Dutchak will kick this one away for the Cougars. Sends that one into the box there.
And over just about all the heads of the players.
So Lucas Tercey got
to
that
14 goals
last
now.
goal. Steered that one in. So we're tied here at 2 apiece. Coming up on 13 minutes to play here in the first half. So Tercey has a couple of goals here this evening for Montclair State. It's like a corner coming up for the Cougars. This would be their 3rd of the game. They're probably going to get this one a little short. I don't think they're going to go toward the goal. Now they've changed it and sent it out on top here. Sent back out for the Red Hawks. And that one will be downfield. Nobody down there but the Kean University goalkeeper. 11 shots for the Cougars, 8 for Montclair State. See if Trout can catch up to that. He does along that far side. And coming over there and sending that ball away. We got a whistle, and we're going to get a yellow card on Trout. So our first card of the evening. Cougars. So the goalkeeper sends it down the field here for Montclair State. Williams very quickly there. Barrera not able to catch up. That ball deflected off of Barrera, and Fallopian sends it out of bounds. Job of shielding the Cougar player away from that ball. Knocked out of bounds, though. Montclair State.
You can tell now at this point both teams are giving each other directives here. They're definitely trying to coordinate here, because with 10 minutes to go, I'm sure that both team would want to go into halftime in the lead here. So looks like from all this talking, that'd be the one to give it.
Another trip there. It's going to be another yellow card coming up for the Cougars. This time it's Mateo Castro Arias, number 21 there, who gets the yellow card. We have a Cougar down. Tim Dutchak right in front of the Cougar bench. He is up, number 14 there, and he's hobbling off. Foul coming up again on the Cougars. You see it right there, the trip.
So Cougars gonna have to be a little careful of those cards here, but right now the Redhawks are going to take this opportunity here to try to go for another offensive, and a little over 10 minutes to go. They have plenty of time, both teams have plenty of time to see if they can take the lead before halftime.
Clancy. There's a double team there by the Cougars. Now sent out of bounds by Kean University as we come up on 10 minutes to play here in the first half. Taken away there. That's going to be a foul. Colopian sent the ball away there. Montclair State has the kick there and headed away to Williams for the Cougars. Now Barrera was looking ahead for Colopian and sent that one a little bit too far. Trying to chase that one into the corner as Lopes will go out of bounds for a throw in for the Redhawks.
So the Cougars trying to direct themselves here. They want to go on an offensive, but they want to make sure the Redhawks are not there waiting for them. And so looks like that's going to be a nice pass. So looks like they are making progress here.
Colopian trying to make a move here. Here's a shot and knocked away by the goalkeeper.
That was about as close as it can get. You can see the goalkeeper there for the Redhawks just knocking it out of his hand. It wasn't even trying to catch it, just trying to get it away from there. And sure enough, this replay, Colopian with this shot sailing right over the Redhawks there, and Sal Frank was able to just barely knock it off so it can go over the net, and that is going to be a close one there for the Cougars, who are setting up now to try this one more time.
Now the corner coming up for the Cougars, be their fifth corner coming up as we get the ball there in the corner. So it'll be Barrera to put it in play here with the corner kick for the Cougars. Nice ball in front of the goal here. Let's see if the Cougars can get a shot off, and they won't. That one sent ahead, head over the goalkeeper and in for the score.
That's what the Cougars were trying to go for all along, and now that's what they finally were able to do. And just like that, they're going to be back in the lead again. So once again, Perk Cougars scoring that goal a little over 7 minutes left. So they look to have the advantage here as they try to go into halftime. So looking at this replay one more time, you can see that header followed up, and that was all that it took for it to go in there. So just like that, the Cougars taking the lead once more. That was number 2, also Nicholas Saika, sophomore, who with that one. So Cougars are up now 3-2.
The Cougars grabbed the lead right back from Montclair State. That's offside against the Cougars. So Montclair State trailing the Cougars by a 3-2 count. Able to get that one ahead. Good ball there into the box there, sent out of bounds. And that's going to be the second corner coming up of the game for Montclair State. Try to get that one to the far post. Sent away by the Cougars. Barrera sent it to midfield. Battle won there by Clancy, number 16, for the Red Hawks. So Sika gets the goal. Castro Arias getting the assist. Here comes Williams for the Cougars. At the 6-minute mark, knocked away again. But the Red Hawks able to get control of it. We're inside of 6 minutes. Cougars will send that one out of bounds. It will be off the Red Hawks. As Lopes got back there for the Cougars. Now here are the Red Hawks. There's a shot there. It'll be high. Goal kick coming up.
Red Hawks a little low on shots, and that's going to be 9 compared to the Cougars' 13. But like I mentioned before, volume is the key here. One of those shots can definitely be enough for it to count. So as long as the Red Hawks get more tries, they may very well be able to just let one in, let one get in by luck. So volume is the key here.
So Fells with the goal kick. Now the Red Hawks send this one ahead. And right there to Barrera. Oh, that's a nice play there to take the ball away. Frascola for the Red Hawks. Cougar goalkeeper gets that one back into play. Coming up on the 4-minute to go mark here in the first half. 3-2 Cougars are on top. Tried to weave that one through, not able to do so. Red Hawks in control here. Trying to send that one down. That one almost skipped through. Cougars got back there on the defensive end. Send that one away. Now looking ahead here. There's Lopes. Lopes trying to get through, and a kick save there by the goalkeeper.
That was a wonderful approach there by Lopes, and it looks like he's ready to try that again.
Got it outside to Barrera. He's not able to get a foot on it, but Trout was able to chase it down. Inside of 3 minutes now. Lopes again looking for, all right, that's Barrera was looking for an opportunity. Barrera lifts it toward the goal. The Red Hawks able to clear it out of there. Again, no whistle on that play as the official says play on once again.
A little over 2 minutes left to go in the first half. There's definitely a sense of urgency here on both teams with the Cougars to try to further their lead here, the Red Hawks, to make sure that the Cougars don't get any more and even possibly tie with them.
Send that one down, and the Cougars there. Trout had control of it. Now Pinto gives it back to Trout there, and it's sent out of bounds as we're inside of 2 minutes.
Cougars in a good spot here. They're trying to go for 4 and 2, which would certainly give them a comfortable advantage coming into the second half, but remains to be seen if they can do it here. The clock is still running.
Waiting for a substitute. Dutchak is coming back in there, number 14 for the Cougars. Castro Arias comes out. Cougars will throw the ball in. And that ball will turn over to the Red Hawks. Goalkeeper kicks this one away. We'll be inside of 1 minute left here in the first half. It's Phil Lopes. On that sideline. Here come the Cougars once again and pushed from behind there. It's going to be a foul called with 30 seconds. Clock still running. Cougars will put it back into play. We'll hit the 20-second mark. Sent to midfield.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Lopes will just stop the ball there along the far sideline. We have reached halftime. Entertaining contest here at Kean University's Alumni Stadium. We've reached halftime. Kean University leading Montclair State by a score of 3-2. And we welcome you back here to Kean University's Alumni Stadium at halftime, 3-2. Cougars are on top. Cougars outscoring the Red Hawks and outshooting them 14-9 and 8-4 as far as shots on goal are concerned.
Yeah, this first half has been quite an eventful one. A lot of back and forth action here. 5 goals in total, with Kean scoring the one that gave him the advantage just about 15 minutes before the first half was up. So they're coming into the second half with the advantage, but if the Red Hawks' performance in the first half was any indication, they're not going to be too far behind. And this, of course, falls in line with the usual interaction. Both these teams coming in with an even score of 8-2 overall in the season.
So they send it out of bounds to the Red Hawks, and so Derek Fells, a sophomore out of Avenel, New Jersey. Knocked down there. Foul called on the Red Hawks. It'll give this kick to the Cougars. Tried to send that one toward the corner. Now they do get it to Noriega. Noriega, nice ball in the middle there. Cougars trying to settle in, keep control there, and there's a push there. We're going to finally see a card issued to the Red Hawks. I thought there was anyway, with the official just coming over to talk. There have been a couple of cards given out to the Cougars in the first half.
So both teams now with yellow cards here, but Red Hawks don't seem too fazed by it.
That one right at the goalkeeper there. So now going the other way now. Here come the Redhawks looking to tie this up. And that ball is going to be out of bounds.
It was a nice hustle there by the Cougars, making sure that the Redhawks don't have a good position to go for the goal. And as a result here, they're not going to Cougars going to get some breathing room here for a few moments.
So that last shot there for the Cougars, and got to see the new goalkeeper, Tyler Culp. Double zeros in goal. That's going to be offside. Montclair State doesn't believe it, but then offside.
Oh, yes, they are absolutely livid there on the bench, but regardless, the Cougars are going to take full advantage of this call.
So as I was saying, Tyler Culp is the new goalkeeper. He's a junior. As he'll be playing his third game. Has played 90 minutes, has given up a goal. And this will be Alex Noriega discussing the offside as we watch the foul there on Montclair State. Noriega and live action here to kick the ball away. Nice ball there, and there's Culp coming in to pull the ball away. He is a 5'11" junior out of Piscataway. Along that sideline, Cougars will stay in control of it. Trout throwing in. Lopian will send it across. That one went off the back of Rocha, and that's going to be a corner coming up for the Cougars.
And with 5 minutes down in the second half, Cougars are certainly looking to increase their lead here. They only have one over Montclair, and the first half, Montclair was quickly able to tie this up. So a goal here would certainly make things a little more comfortable for the Cougars in terms of how the second half will play out.
Well, we have a stoppage in play. The official referee is heading toward the midfield. I think he's going to go over and just tell the Montclair State bench that he's kind of had enough, and you can see him letting the head coach of Montclair State know that they've kind of had enough say over there on the sideline. We're going to move forward here. So here's the corner coming up for the Cougars. In the middle there, Dutchak was trying to head it in there, number 14. He was in the middle of everything. Again, that's Dutchak went right over him, number 14.
Yeah, you can tell all the Cougars were ready for it that time, but it's just the ball just did not seem to want to go in any of their directions. So Redhawks have breathe a sigh of relief there. Seems that's all they can do at the moment, if that call by the ref of the bench is any indication.
Cougars get back there. Trying to get possession here. Finally, the Cougars able to send it into the corner. The goalkeeper goes out there. Went out pretty far there to send that one out of bounds.
Oh yeah, risky move, but knocking it far off there must have been worth it there. But Cougar is going to get another chance to try this again near the corner.
Throw in will come in for the Cougars. And there's going to be a foul there. It's going to be a kick coming up for the Cougars.
And with that, Montclair is going to be surpassing the Cougars in number of fouls, about 8-6, and this is another opportunity here for the Cougars. They've had a couple of tries at the net so far, and this is going to be yet another one here in the second half.
I believe that's Noriega who is there. Send that one off the wall, off the rebound. They send it toward the goalkeeper, and it's taken away there by Culp, who's going to try to get the Redhawks off to a run here. He was able to slow them down by sending that one out of bounds. Started out in a mist here, falling from the skies, and it's returned here in the second half.
Saw a little bit of it in the first half, but it looked like it was clearing up as the first half wrapped up, but it looks like it's coming back here, and today has been pretty cloudy in general, so first of many wet days ahead of us here. It's going to continue at least into the weekend.
Redhawks try to send it ahead there. Noriega was there. Out of bounds, and the Cougars. Well, the assistant official pointed one way, and the referee called it the other way, and the referee gives possession to Montclair State. That one out of bounds. A little miscommunication there for the Redhawks. Sent that ball out of bounds. Trying to get control there. There's another penalty called on the Cougars. Another yellow card called on the Cougars.
Yeah, Cougars are not too pleased about that, but it seems the official has made his decision. You can see the Cougars now trying to argue their case, but looks like the official's not going to have it. So just like that, Cougars are going, that's going to be a yellow card specifically on Phil Lopes, number 22.
Four cards, all yellow against the Cougars. That ball sent toward the goal. Opportunity here. That one will go wide. And that was bounced off one of the Cougars, so it's going to be a corner kick coming up for Montclair State.
That's Montclair's 10th shot now, and looks like they are going to try to make this next one a goal. Cougars all posted up here.
Sent toward the goal. Headed back the other way. Defender for the Cougars will put it out to midfield. Chased down there by the Redhawks. We're about 9 minutes into the second half. No score in the second half. All the scoring has come.
It's been so far so good for the Cougars, aside from the cards, but it seems the Redhawks are stepping up their offensive, and the Cougars aren't really expecting it the way that they were expecting it in the first half.
Cougars. Now they're going to try to look to run here. Trout will get it back here. Sends it in front and went by, but Rocha is there. That one rolled weakly toward the goalkeeper. Didn't look like Patina got a good foot on that ball. That ball put right there in front. Not able to get ahead on that one. That one will be sent out of bounds. by the Red Hawks. Cougars with a 3-2 lead here in this Dutchak matchup, men's soccer. Each team coming in with a 1-1 record. That one sent back to the goalkeeper. That one again sent downfield by the goalkeeper. And Trout. Colopian sends it in. Got a little bit too far ahead for Trout. So starting play today, we had two teams with 2-0 records. Rowan and the College of New Jersey, and Ramapo 1-0-1. And then several teams, including the Cougars, Rutgers Newark, Montclair State, and Rutgers Camden at 1-1. Richard Stockton still looking for their first win, 0-1-1. New Jersey City and William Patterson at 0-2. Cougars trying to get this ball out of here. Finally clear it there. Looks like Phil Lopes is down on the field for the Cougars. Referee will stop the clock and the trainers will come out and see about Lopes.
Yeah, that was a hard hit impact there, and we can just going off of the replay here again. Looks like he landed pretty hard on his side there. The trainers are looking at him right now.
So they'll take care of Lopes. 32:54 left here in the game. 3-2 Cougars are on top, and we will take a break. So Lopes is helped off the field onto the track here at Alumni Stadium.
See, he landed on his hip there, according to the replay, so he's up, but back into the game anytime soon. So another look at this replay here. He slipped on one of the Red Hawk players there and almost landed right on his arm, but took the impact with his side, so he's going to be off, and the game is going to resume here.
Battling for the ball there in front of the bench there. Cougars thought that ball went out of bounds. Red Hawks will stay in possession. That's a ball down field, knocked away by the Cougars. Castro Arias. Tino battling there on the side with that ball. It'll go off the back of one of the Cougars. Let's see if Colopian can catch up to this one. The goalkeeper comes out. So Culp comes out and makes that play.
Yeah, there's definitely good hustle there by Colopian, but the goalkeeper there, he just saw that coming. He was ready for it, and just like that, he was able to knock it away. But that hasn't stopped the Cougars, as it looks like they are going to try to make another advance here really soon.
Sent out of bounds by the Cougars. So throw in for the Red Hawks. Cougars have outshot the Red Hawks 16-10. 9-4 advantage, and shots on goal. There'll be a foul called on the Cougars. Goalkeeper says he has it there. That'll be a throw in for the Cougars. And they're going to call that one against the Cougars.
And as we're 15 minutes down in the second half, it looks like that drizzle is starting to turn into almost proper rain here. And it's a good thing that it doesn't seem to be bothering either team here. Like, none of them seem distracted, but even if it did, like, both teams seem a little too focused here in order to be bothered by it. So almost a proper rain coming down here at Harwood Arena. I mean, yeah. The Alumni Stadium.
Red Hawks will get it back to their goalkeeper. Send that one downfield here. Had a lot of scoring in that first half. 5 goals. And there we have another yellow card coming up against the Cougars. And now we have a little pushing and shoving here.
And
the yellow card is on Matthias Patino for the Cougars. There it is right here. That's where the yellow card will come in. They grab from behind.
both teams definitely
Yeah, a little,
on edge after that. Both teams have a long history of competition, and this is only all these yellow cards are just an example of that.
That one into the box there. Cougars are going to try to get it out of there. Still a loose ball. There's a shot, and they get it high. An opportunity to tie it up there, and the Red Hawks sent the shot up high.
Close but no cigar. This seems to be the case of most of the Montclair's shots here tonight. They're at up to 12 shots, but only a third of those have been on goal tonight, as opposed to the Cougars with 16 and 9, so almost half. And so a lot of close moments here, but the Cougars still remain in the lead regardless.
Got that one off low, but the Cougars able to send it out to that sideline there where Montclair State sent out of bounds by the Cougars. Still looking for our first score of the second half. There will be a foul on Montclair State. Rochette. See, 9.
Yeah, going off this play, you can tell both teams have been getting fairly physical here overall. You can see he's trying to get past both of those Red Hawk players and end up bringing one of them down in the process.
Kick here for the Cougars. Referee has been very busy here. He'll stop the clock here momentarily as he'll walk off where they can set up their wall here. And now he's going to get in position, and we're set to put the ball in play here. That ball sent toward the goal and goes by. Strong kick here for the Cougars, and the goalkeeper there, you see him. That ball really wasn't on goal. So a break there for the Cougars. Oh, that's a nice ball there. Noriega, though, was circling around and not able to catch up to it. So Culp in here to start the second half. So far, not giving up a goal. That one bounds off of Trout, out of bounds. And there the Cougars, and down goes a Cougar player. And there's a yellow card there on Raphael Tercy, the sophomore. Montclair State, another Cougar player down, and it's hit on the back of the head.
No shortage of yellow cards here, and it looks like that Cougar player is having a hard time getting up here. Like he said, he impacted on his head, so definitely at least a little disoriented.
Time here, trying to split those two. And the collision there after the push from behind, and walking off there, Mateo Castro Arias will head off the field.
So a little shaken up, definitely, but he's able to get up on his own feet, which is great, especially after that hard fall by Phil Lopes, who was taken off earlier. So 2 Cougars down, but it looks like they are going to keep going here. If they still have a lead, you can see over there by the floodlights just that drizzle is coming down even a little harder than it was when the game started.
We're waiting for a substitution to come in. Official counting the players out there. Dutchak will kick it away here for the Cougars. Noriega sends it in the box. Koopian sends it up high with the header.
It's definitely in the right direction. A little too high, though, so Cope had no problem catching that one.
Now sent downfield. There's going to be a hold there. That'll be a penalty coming up on the Cougars. Cougars trying to get attention of the official. They want to get a substitution in there. Jake Santos, number 26, has come in, and they sent him back out.
Looks like they're going to hold off on the substitutions.
Kick coming up here. And that off the wall set up by the Cougars. Trout trying to get control of it. And this will be the Redhawks. Trying to send it out in front there. It was blocked. Now blocked by the goalkeeper.
That was too close for comfort for the Cougars, but still a successful block. You can see they kind of gathered themselves together to form almost a wall. And interestingly enough, Castro areas came off a few moments ago after an impact for his head. So good to see that he's back in moments later afterwards as a sub.
Ball sent in. Loose ball. Defender sent it away for the Cougars. So pressure now put on by Montclair State here, so they look to tie up the score. There have been 18 shots by the Cougars, 14 for Montclair State. So goaltenders on both ends of the field have been very busy. Colopian looking to advance here. Got some space there and shoots it wide.
That was definitely a nice shot, but it's a little off to the right there for Colopian. So you could tell great approach there. Redhawks weren't able to do much, but they were able to get to force him a little off to the right side of the net there. So Redhawks are going to not let that one get by them.
Well, went off one of the Redhawks, and the referee signaled that it would be a corner kick coming up here for the Cougars. That one way over everyone's head there, is trying, I guess, to go toward the far post there, and just got a little bit more than he had anticipated. Colin McMullen, you see him coming in here for Montclair State. Trying to get control. Each team. Cougars got it. Knocked down there. Will be a foul against Montclair State. Taranto, number 13, with that foul. And the Cougars, Barrera.
Yeah, officials giving directing traffic here. Does not want that ball to go any further than it already is for Dutchak.
So Dutchak. Headed away. So here are the Redhawks, who are looking to make a run there. Instead, throw in Colopian. Colopian, that one off the defender there. So Colopian will hand it to Trout to throw it in. Williams there in traffic. And a nice job to take that ball away. Patino. And he lost control of it. Trout trying to take it away. Everybody's looking around. The referee says it's going to be Montclair State ball. The referee looked for help. I don't think he got any, and made the call to give the ball to the Redhawks. They're inside of 20 minutes left in a scoreless second half. Again, whistles.
Yeah, the Redhawks gathered around the official as another yellow card is given. Not no shortage of those here tonight for both teams. I believe they're both at 4 yellow cards apiece. So just to give an example, that's just one example of how close both teams know this game is, and they do not want to give it up for anything as much as possible here.
Kick coming up for the Red Hawks. That's a dangerous ball there. Cougars need to get this one away, and they do clear it away. Loprian sent back the other way by Montclair State. Loprian will chase it down the field.
Both teams and both players knocked down, but it doesn't seem like they're
broken. I think he fell down before even there was any contact there, and then the Montclair State player fell on top of him. That's going to result in a goal kick. So Culp will put it in play here, sending it out to midfield where Trout was battling for it for the Cougars. No collision there. Noriega, nice job by the Cougars to take that ball away, and now the Cougars looking to make a run down the other end of the field. Williams lost his footing out there and sent out of bounds, where the Cougars will throw it in.
And that was some good hustle there for just a moment by the Cougars, who are determined. They could definitely sense the pressure that the Red Hawks is trying to put. Less than 20 minutes left to go. Both teams are certainly feeling the time crunch. So Cougars are trying to sink one more in for good measure at least before the second half is wrapped up.
Sent that one ahead. Here come the Red Hawks looking for the tying goal here. Good defense there, not to let them get a shot off. Good defense there by the Cougars.
Oh yeah, you can see there the Cougars were not playing around with that two-man barrier, almost just making sure that none of that sole Red Hawks player would not get any further than he already was.
Again, sent back to midfield by the Cougars. Out of bounds, and the Red Hawks Montclair State in control there around midfield. And coming from behind is Trout to take it away. And then he gives it right back to the Red Hawks. Pass there once again. Sent back by the Cougars. We hit 16 minutes to go. And that out of bounds. And we do have another Cougar player down on the field, down.
It looks like trainers are
Montclair
going up.
State part of the field, and it looks like we're going to have the trainers. Well, the trainers are there, and then he's going to, I think the assistant official wave them away.
That replay once again in effect. Just collided with that Red Hawk player there, Noriega.
The Red Hawks are going to throw it in right in front of the Red Hawk bench. Oh, missed that one. and sent out.
Close call for the Cougars on there. Saika just missing that kick, and Redhawks smelled blood in the water almost there from that one, but Cougars were quickly able to get it under control before that proved to be a disastrous move.
Andrew Lope, just saw him, number 27, coming in for the Cougars. Trout will come out. We're approaching 15 minutes left here in the second half. After these two teams combined for 5 goals in the first 45 minutes, these last 30 minutes, we have not seen a score.
That might be the cause of all this extra aggression here in the second half. Both teams know that one goal can make or break this second half completely, so see a lot more physical contact and a lot more players down and a lot more yellow cards as a result of that.
Throw in coming for the Redhawks. And there it is, and a score there to tie up the score.
And just like that, we're tied up once again. You know, like I mentioned, this could be a turning point for either team. And in this case, the Redhawks have tied things up once again. It looked like the Cougar goalkeeper was expecting that one to be a little low, so he went down, but in fact, it was high up. So right now, we are tied up once more in the second half. 3 goals.
This one comes off of the throw-in from that far sideline there, and you see just threw it right in to a bunch of players there. And the ball in there, and the header put in by Montclair State. So now we've got a brand new game with 14:20 left here in regulation time. And there's Culp. We'll go out there and get that one for Montclair State. He did not start this game. Started the second half. Sal Frank was the goalkeeper to play the first half for Montclair State. He gave up all 3 of the Cougar goals.
And now it's very dangerous for both sides now. Cougars were in the lead prior, but now next goal could be the winning one for either team, especially since there's only a little.
John Starner gets credit for that goal off that throw-in. So we're tied up at 3 here as we approach 13 minutes left in the second half. Trying to step in there and pull out of bounds for a throw-in for Montclair State. Each team looking to go 2-1 in NJAC play, and both looking for their 9th win of the season. Looking for an opportunity here. Rolls that one in there, and it's cleared away by the Cougars. Collision there. Cougar player goes down. And it's going to be Montclair State ball. Another Cougar player who's down.
And just looking at this replay here, you could see it hit his knee right before he collided with both number 26 players colliding into each other. And he's still down here, so it looked like that was a hard bump.
So the Cougar player is up. That's Jake Santos, number 26, is up. So Montclair State will put the ball in play here. Coming up on 12 minutes of play. Comes a Cougar defense trying to catch Montclair back deep there, but they're able to get it up to midfield, send it down the right side. And that's going to be a corner coming up for Montclair State. The Redhawks looking to go up in this game.
This is definitely a turning point if they can pull this off. Cougars on full defense mode here. Let's see how effective it can be.
That one right toward the goal, knocked away by the goalkeeper. Defense sends it back, and they do it again.
That's some great defense on the Cougars' part. You can see every time the Redhawks send a shot that way, the Cougars send it right back where it came from. So as long as they can keep this up, they should have no problem. The important part now is, of course, getting one more goal so they can take the lead.
That one sent toward the goal. Off the throw-in. Cougars trying to make a couple of substitutions who will come in right now. Rocha will come back in, and Trout will as well. It's Trout number 20. Rocha number 9 is in there as well for the Cougars. So we're tied up at 3 apiece. Coming up on the 10-minute to go mark. Here are the Redhawks battling for the ball there, and the Cougars will have the throw in and try to quickly get down the other way. So now here are the Cougars. Williams not able to keep control of it, and Montclair State will have it. And they'll look to run the other way. Tercey sends it there to the right side. Cougars able to take it away on the double team. Lopian, that one goes off of him, but the goalkeeper is able to get down there and get it.
So a lot of frantic action here as we go under 10 minutes, but neither team seems to be giving each other an inch, at least where they can help it. So, but this could be the chance that the Cougars need, because at this point, either team getting a goal here, that could be very much be the winning one. And it seems like that's what the Cougars are setting up to, maybe even run the clock down as much as possible.
Sent ahead there for Montclair State. And that's going to be an offside call. So the Redhawks offside. 8.5 left here in the second half. It's Dutchak. So Williams banged off one of the Redhawks, gets it back now. Ahead to Colopian. There's Trout. And Trout has some room there, and Trout is cut off. That's going to be a penalty there. Foul called on the Redhawks.
Cougars with this ideal opportunity here, getting close as they ever have been to in a while to the Redhawks goal. Ref directing traffic, of course, but this could be the moment of truth here for the Cougars to bring themselves up 4-3.
Arians will take this kick as we watch that foul on Montclair State. See how the Cougars will play this one, try to get this one past the wall here, and they do. And the ball headed in and scored for the Cougars.
And that was as close as it can get, almost going off the sidebar, but that is going to be good enough. And that moment of truth proved to be the one for the Cougars, who are back in the lead once again here, 4-3.
Rocha with the goal there. There's a Cougar player down right beside the goal. There's the Cougar player who's down there. A lot of concern there. As soon as this ball went in, everyone was kind of signaled in there, as we'll watch it go again. And it looked like the player there is Rocha right there in the mouth of the goal, number 9, who put that one in. But the Cougar player looked like he was hit in the face with an elbow as they went flying by there.
You can see one of the other Cougar players already realizing something was wrong, signaling for help. I believe that's Colopian there that took that one more time where you could see all the players from both sides just kind of going for it there. And yeah, Colopian had a hard fall coming down. I think he got hit in the head as he went down, and it seems this is pretty bad. It looks like they got to bring out the cart here.
We'll watch it one more time as the player came over and really got hit in the face with an elbow as he came flying by. But Rocha gets the goal. Colopian is up and in the cart here. They're going to take him off there. He walked to the cart. One more time. It looked like the player just really an inadvertent elbow there to the face. But Rocha gets the goal. And the Cougars are up 4-3 with 7:03 left here in the second half.
In a very competitive game overall, and this just goes to show we've got our second goal in 82 minutes into this game. So so this is a turning point here. Cougars don't look finished just yet.
Looking for another opportunity here as they battle for the ball, and they will give that ball over to the Red Hawks. So the Cougars with 20 shots and 12 on goal. Here come the Red Hawks. They're looking for a tie here. Not sure that ball is sent.
Good approach, but it looks like that time that one somehow went off on a far left angle there. So Cougars were a little nervous there for a second, but now they get a little breather even as the clock run down with less than 6 minutes remaining.
Ball be sent away by the Cougars. And that out of bounds. Throw in for the Cougars. So the Cougars finally able to get one by Taylor Culp, the junior goalkeeper. Culp will send this one away. As you see the substitutions, John Starner, the senior for this Montclair State team. So they give the ball to Dutchak, the goal to Dutchak. Kind of hard to tell with all those bodies that were in front of the goal. There's an opportunity here, and it's off the post. Follow-up was knocked away by one of the defenders for the Cougars.
That is one of many close calls, if not the closest one yet. You can see that one pretty much would have been a sinker if it didn't bounce off the post yet again.
Opportunity again. That one will go high. So Montclair State just inches away from tying up the score here, as that ball went right off that far post.
That replay there, ooh, it's just, you can see the goalkeeper just knocking it into the post almost. Not sure if he intended that or not, but regardless, that is what saved the Cougars from letting that one get through that time.
Well, Sept as well on the follow-up. He was the one who was sliding there and ended up on the turf to block that follow-up shot by Montclair State. So Bells has gotten a lot of help from his defensive mates here this evening for the Cougars.
Certainly, Cougars have been really great with defense tonight, and all these close calls are just one example of that. You can see there, like, when the Cougars are on defense, they really mean it. And right now, it seems like they're trying to, with a little over 3 minutes to go, they're trying to get away from that and try to just get it go on a little offense before time runs out.
Gonna hit the 3-minute mark. Left here in the game. Montclair State now has outshot the Cougars 21-20. It's going to be a corner coming up for Montclair State. Headed away by the Cougars. That's the goalkeeper who was all the way down there, getting in on the offense for Montclair State.
Oh,
so
yeah,
now here come
let's hope he doesn't
the
regret
Cougars looking to make a run the other way.
Yeah, goalkeeper going way out of his comfort zone here, and let's just hope that, I'm just glad he's able to get back there in time, because it looked like the Cougars were ready to send that one down almost unopposed.
There's Trout, who could not keep that ball out of bounds, as we're going to hit the 2-minute mark left here in the second half. And that one's sent out of bounds. Be a throw in for Montclair State.
And it looks like at this point the Cougars are just determined to keep things pretty close. The Red Hawks are trying harder than ever to get that ball over there.
Trying to get the ball from behind. Montclair State will have this kick with 1.5 minutes left in the game. Oh, that's a nice ball into the middle there. Headed away once again by the Cougars, and goes out of bounds for the throw-in for Montclair State.
And yet another Cougar player down. This has been a very physical confrontation the entire game, and this just goes to show it. Trainers have been very busy as well, just tending to a lot of these fallen players, mostly on the Cougar side. But it looks like that latest shot attempt took down another Cougar, but seems like Noriega is getting up to his feet once again. So a lot of Cougars getting knocked down here, but it seems like they're getting up. They're ready to finish what they started here. Both teams are. And with a little over 1 minute left to go, now will definitely be the moment of truth here for both the Cougars and the Red Hawks.
Throw in will come. That ball again into the box there. Montclair State not able to get a shot off. That's the goalkeeper who's going to take that shot. We've been talking about Culp being down there, and Culp took that shot from about 40 yards out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure none of the Cougars were expecting that one, but definitely it wasn't really one that they had to worry about either, going pretty far. 45 seconds left. Cougars are looking to wrap this up.
Timeout called now by the official. I think he might. They're gonna put 8 more seconds on the clock. They'll have it 45 seconds. What happened was there was a loose ball out there, so they had to get one of them off the field. So the official resetting the clock for 8 seconds. The Cougars would just like to now clear this ball out of here And now they have it, and they're going to have an opportunity to do so. So here come the Cougars, and that ball will be a little bit too far as we're down to 20 seconds.
Too far, but definitely the right idea here. Redhawks have a very limited amount of time if they want to catch up. Cougars are trying to put this one in the bag.
So we're down at 8 seconds now as the Redhawks have it at midfield. And that is going to do it. And a big win here tonight for the Cougars as they'll knock off Montclair State by a final score of 4-3. Cougars will go to 9-2 on the season. They're 2-1 now in NJAC play. Montclair State will fall to 8-3, and they are 1-2 in conference play as interim coach John Velasco there with one of his players. And we have come to an end here as the mist comes back. So that's going to do it for our coverage here. We'll be back here on Saturday. Triple header for you. Football coming up at 1 o'clock. Field hockey at 5 and women's soccer at 7:30. It'll be homecoming on Saturday. Hope to see you out here. If not, we'll see you out there. For everybody here at Kean Live, for Justin and everybody here at Kean Live, Wayne Avery, so long, everybody.